Good morning, everyone. In the last session, we discussed about what is cloud computing advantages, cloud platforms available in the market, right? Cloud computing, it is the process of delivering on-demanded resources over the internet. Whatever the infrastructure we need for our application, that infrastructure, instead of we are purchasing, we can take that infrastructure from cloud provider. If you purchase the infrastructure on your own, then you need to pay a lot of money and you need to spend a lot of time. You need to maintain that infrastructure. That is called on-premises infrastructure, or we can call it as in-house infrastructure. So to develop and to execute any application, we need some infrastructure like servers, machines, database, storage, security, network, power, computing. Like that, we need several resources in order to develop and execute our application. That infrastructure, if you purchase, you need to pay a lot of money and you need to maintain that infrastructure. You need to recruit the people. You need to take care of all the issues which are going to come with that infrastructure. So on-premises infrastructure is always costly and it is risky. That is the reason nowadays companies are moving from on-premise infrastructure to cloud infrastructure. What is a cloud infrastructure? There are cloud providers in the market who will provide infrastructure on demand basis. There are cloud providers available in the market who will provide IT infrastructure which is required for your project over internet. That is called cloud computing. It is the process of delivering IT resources over the internet based on the demand. Whatever you need, they will provide that infrastructure for you through web based on pay as you go pricing. You no need to do any upfront payments. You no need to purchase any software. You no need to purchase any machine. Whatever you need, you can take from the internet. Cloud provider will give you that infrastructure. Cloud provider will give you that infrastructure. That is called cloud computing. What are the advantages of going for this cloud computing? Less cost. Less cost will be there. Pay as you go, scalability, availability, reliability, security, backup, unlimited storage. Like that, n number of advantages are there when we go for cloud computing. Next one, what are the cloud platforms available in the market? AWS is one cloud, Azure is one cloud, GCP is one cloud, Salesforce is one cloud, Alibaba cloud, VMware cloud, Oracle cloud, IBM cloud. Like that, there are so many cloud platforms available in the market. Out of all these cloud platforms, AWS is the market leader. AWS is the market leader. When compared when we compare all the cloud providers in the market, Amazon cloud is having more demand, more number of companies, more number of people, more countries using AWS cloud. Okay, getting the jobs with AWS cloud is very easy when compared with other clouds because AWS is having more market share when compared with other cloud platforms. Good. So these topics we covered in the last session. So let's start with our today's topic. So today, first we need to understand cloud services. The cloud providers are giving the services through web. Cloud providers are giving services through web. What are the cloud services we can get from the cloud provider? Cloud services are classified into three types. One is IaaS, next one is PaaS, and the third one is SaaS. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. Like that, there are three types of services cloud providers are offering to us through web. On demand basis, whatever the resources, whatever the services you need, you can take from the web based on pay as you go pricing. So what kind of services we can take from the cloud provider? Amazon is there, AWS cloud is there, Amazon is giving AWS cloud for us. AWS is one cloud platform which is managing by Amazon. Amazon company is providing cloud resources for us. Microsoft company providing cloud resources through Azure. Google company providing cloud resources through GCP. AWS cloud, Azure cloud, GCP cloud, Salesforce cloud. Like that, there are so many cloud platforms available in the market. There are so many cloud platforms available in the market. Perfect. Now, the cloud platforms providing the services in three categories. First one is IaaS, second one is PaaS, third one is SaaS. IaaS nothing but infrastructure as a service. IaaS means infrastructure as a service. So what is the meaning of infrastructure as a service? In the infrastructure as a service, they will provide you network, storage, and virtualization. The remaining stuff you need to set up in order to run your application. So when you go for infrastructure as a service, cloud provider will give you few details. So cloud provider will give you virtualization. Virtualization will be provided to you. Virtualization will be provided to you, and they will provide you storage, or they will provide you OS operating virtualization. They will provide, you can create operating system. They will provide you storage, and they will provide you network. Storage will be available for you, network will be available for you from the cloud provider. The remaining stuff you need to take care to run your application, network, and they will give you some storage. Only these details will be given by cloud provider when you go for infrastructure as a service. Then what about the remaining stuff? We need to set up one operating system for that, and we need to set up runtime, and we need to set up our application. So everything we need to take care here when you go for infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service. Application you need to set up. To run that application, whatever the runtime, what are the softwares that are required to run your application, that runtime you need to prepare. Which operating system you want to use to run your application, you need to set up that operating system. Cloud provider will give you a machine with virtualization, network will be given to you, storage will be given to you. By using the information which is given by the cloud provider, you need to prepare the platform to run your application. You need to prepare the platform to run your application. So if you go for this model, it is called as, this is called as infrastructure as a service. It is called as infrastructure as a service. So in the infrastructure as a service, provider will give you virtualization, network, storage. The remaining stuff, we need a operating system, we need a environment, we need some servers and all to run our application. That runtime and that application we need to set up to execute it. This is infrastructure as a service. When you go for platform as a service, so you no need to take care of everything. You just need to take care of your application. You just need to take care of your application. The remaining stuff will be taken care by cloud provider. Only you take care of the application. The remaining stuff will be taken care by cloud provider. So whatever the runtime you need, whatever the OS you need, whatever the network you need, whatever the storage you need, whatever the virtualization you need, whatever the virtualization, everything will be taken care by cloud provider. You just take care of your application when you go for platform as a service. When you go for platform as a service, you just take care of your application. Cloud provider will give you everything. You just need to run your application on the cloud platform. The servers, the storage, the network, everything, the platform, the runtime, everything will be managed by cloud provider. Everything will be managed by cloud provider. That is called platform as a service. Platform as a service. And there is a third category available. There is a third category available which is called software as a service, which is called software as a service. You no need to take care of anything. Application, runtime, OS, network, storage, virtualization, everything. They will provide their project for your business. They will provide their project for your business. So here, whatever the things I mentioned in the black color, those things will be managed by cloud provider. Whatever the things I mentioned in the blue color, those things customer should manage. When you go for software as a service, you no need to do anything. Somebody will develop the project. You just need to use the project for your business. Somebody will develop the project. You need to use the project for your business. Simple example. Now we are conducting the classes in online through Zoom software. Ashok IT conducting the online classes through Zoom software. Zoom is one project. Did I develop that project or I am just using that project? Did I develop this Zoom project or I'm using this Zoom project? Come on. Zoom is one
Just
software.
using.
Zoom is one software. Did we develop
Yes.
or are we managing this software or we are just using this software? We are just using the software. Monthly licenses we are paying for the Zoom and we are using the Zoom licenses to conduct online classes. So Zoom is one example for software as a service. This project developed by one company, they are managing that project. We are using their project to run our business. For our business purpose, we are using some other company project. So that is software as a service. That is software as a service. And simple example, Google Drive is available, which is used to store your data. By default, Google will give you 15 GB space to store your data. Google Drive, Google Drive. So can I say Google Drive is one software developed by Google company we are using for our storage purpose? Can I say that we are using Google Drive for our storage purpose? That is also one of the application. That is also one of the application. Example, Zoom, Google Drive, Zoom, Google Drive. These all are the examples. So similarly, Salesforce Cloud is comes under SaaS. Salesforce Cloud comes under SaaS platform. Salesforce Cloud, Salesforce one application is available. Salesforce CRM cloud application is available. You can manage your business customers. So you are doing one business. For your business, there are so many customers are available. You want to manage your customers properly, sending invoices to the customers and managing the customer data, everything you need to do. For that, you can use a Salesforce project. Salesforce Cloud is available. Salesforce Cloud is available. Salesforce comes under software as a service. Their project is ready. You can use their project to run your business. Salesforce comes under SaaS platform. That means software developed by a company. We are using that software to run our business. Zoom is the best example. Google Drive is the best example. Salesforce is the best example for software as a service. Okay, then what about PaaS platform? What about PaaS? PaaS means platform as a service. In order to run my project, I need one machine. In that machine, I need Java. In that machine, I need a web server. I need a database. I need storage. I need a network. I need some power. Lot of things are required in order to run our application. We need a platform to run our project. That platform will be given by the provider. You just upload your code and you run that code. You just upload your code and you run your code. Cloud provider will give you a ready-made platform to run your application. A ready-made platform they will give to run your application. If you want a platform, cloud providers will give you the platform to run your application. AWS can give you the platform. Azure can give the platform. GCP also can give the platform. They are having ready-made platforms to run our application. For example, I have developed my Java application. I have the code. I want to run my code in the AWS. Do I need to set up all the servers, environment and everything? Do I need to prepare the platform on my own? I can get the platform from the AWS directly. Guys, do we need to prepare the platform, or AWS will provide the platform? We no need to prepare any platform. AWS will provide the platform. We can run our application on the AWS platform directly. We can run the we can run the we can run our application on the AWS platform directly. So here AWS is providing PaaS. AWS is providing PaaS. Azure is providing PaaS. GCP also providing the PaaS. That means they have ready-made platforms to run our applications. AWS, Azure, GCP having ready-made platforms to run our applications. Okay, platform as a service. So when you go for platform as a service, services will be costly because they will give their platform, right? They prepared everything to run your application. You just need to develop your project. You just need to develop your project. You upload your project in the cloud platform, then you can run it. In the AWS, there is a service called Beanstalk. AWS Beanstalk service is available. AWS Beanstalk service providing platform as a service. So if you have project ready, you just give your code to Beanstalk service in the AWS. That AWS Beanstalk will take care of your application execution, your application environment, your application server, everything. You no need to do anything here. You just need to use Beanstalk service. Then AWS will prepare the platform for you to run your application. So not only AWS, even Azure Cloud, GCP clouds also will provide the platform as a service to run your application. Okay, ready-made platform will be given to you. Next one. So here, one more thing is there, infrastructure as a service. Infrastructure as a service means they will give you the resources. You need a database, you take it. You need a server, you take it. You need a storage, you take it. You need a network, you take it. But you need to prepare the platform. You need to set up the database. You need to set up the server. You need to install all the required softwares. You need to deploy your application. You need to manage everything. So that is infrastructure as a service. Here also same, AWS, Azure, GCP, all these three clouds are providing infrastructure as a service. But in the market, AWS is more famous for infrastructure as a service, because from 2006 onwards, AWS is providing infrastructure as a service. From 2006 onwards, AWS started providing infrastructure as a service. IaaS, infrastructure as a service. PaaS, platform as a service. SaaS, software as a service. Are you clear? What is infrastructure as a service? What is platform as a service? What is software as a service? Platform as a service means you just need to manage your application. Environment will be taken care by cloud provider. Software as a service means cloud provider will take care of everything. You just need to use their project. Infrastructure as a service means cloud provider will give you some resources. Based on the resources, you need to set up that infrastructure. You need to set up your platform to run the application. So for which model, for which service AWS is more famous in the market? AWS is more famous in the market for infrastructure as a service. Can we get platform also as a service from the AWS? Is AWS supporting for PaaS model also? AWS only for IaaS model. AWS is supporting for PaaS model also. Guys, come on. AWS is supporting for PaaS model also. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. AWS is providing infrastructure as a service as well as a platform as a service. Are you clear? Then what about on-premises infrastructure? What about on-premises infrastructure? What is the meaning of on-premises infrastructure? Everything we need to manage. Everything we need to manage. Application. Now these green color ones, blue color ones are nothing but we have to manage. Application we need to develop. Runtime we need to take care. OS we need to take care. Storage we need to take care. Network we need to take care. Virtualization we need to take care. Power we need to take care. Backup we need to take care. Security we need to take care. So this is on-premise infrastructure. On-premise. On-premise infrastructure means our own infrastructure. Everything we have to manage on our own. Everything we have to manage on our own. Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? Are you getting my point? Now, yellow color boxes, those things will be managed by cloud provider. Yellow color boxes, that nothing but cloud provider. They will provide you those details. When you go for infrastructure as a service, they will provide you those things. The remaining things you need to manage. When you go for on-premise infrastructure, everything you need to manage on your own. On-premise means customer should manage everything here. Customer should manage everything. Customer should manage everything. We are the customers. We want to set up our infrastructure. Then customer should manage everything when we go for on-premise infrastructure. Customer should manage on-premise infrastructure. When you go for infrastructure as a service, so only these yellow color boxes will be given by cloud provider. So these things will be taken care by provider. These things will be taken care by provider. Okay, provider will give you storage, network, virtualization. Provider will take care of these things. 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 Okay, yellow color boxes will be taken care by provider. Non-yellow color boxes we need to take care. So now it is up to you when you are going for a cloud platform. So do you want to take infrastructure as a service? Do you want to take platform as a service? Do you want to take software as a service? That is depending on your requirement. That is depending on your requirement. Are you getting my point now? What are the cloud services available in the market? Are you clear with my point? What are the cloud services available in the market? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. What is on-premise infrastructure? On-premises. On-premises means everything we need to manage. We need to manage. Clear? Clear for all of you? Very good. Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Software as a service. Okay. We need to prepare the platform here. Using infrastructure, using cloud infrastructure, we should prepare platform to run our application. Using cloud infrastructure, we should prepare the platform to run our application. Cloud provider will give the platform. Cloud provider will give platform to run our application. They will take care of platform. What is software as a service? Cloud provider will give you a software to use for our business. Cloud provider will give a software to use for our business. Software as a service, platform as a service, infrastructure as a service. Are you clear with my point? Infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. These are the three types of cloud services available in the market. Now, AWS is more famous for infrastructure as a service in the market. AWS is more famous for IaaS. AWS is more famous for IaaS in the market. Infrastructure as a service. They will give you resources. You configure the resources how you want. You prepare the platform how you want to run your application by using AWS cloud. Okay, AWS providing the infrastructure for 190 plus countries. AWS providing infrastructure or IT resources for 190 plus countries. AWS providing IT resources for 190 plus countries. That is AWS global infrastructure. AWS is having global infrastructure. Now you may get a doubt how this AWS is providing global infrastructure. AWS having the infrastructure worldwide. Global infrastructure is available for AWS. That's why 190 plus countries are using AWS cloud services, and AWS is more famous for infrastructure as a service. So how AWS is providing the global infrastructure? In the AWS, there is a concept called regions and availability zones. AWS managing the infrastructure by using regions and availability zones. So AWS giving you servers, AWS giving you database, AWS giving you network. That means AWS should have that software somewhere, right? AWS should maintain the servers. Instead of we are maintaining the servers, AWS should maintain the servers. AWS should maintain the power. AWS should maintain the network. AWS should maintain the all the security related issues, backup related issues, data recovery related issues. AWS is taking care of that. Instead of we are purchasing the server, we are maintaining the server. AWS is purchasing the servers, AWS maintaining the servers. They are giving the servers for rent. So AWS stored servers somewhere. Those servers they are giving for rent through internet. This is one business. Are you guys getting my point? Are you guys getting my point? AWS having the infrastructure, AWS having so many servers, AWS having power, electricity, network, security, storage, servers, databases, all the IT related infrastructure AWS is having already. So AWS providing that infrastructure for companies on rental basis. How this AWS managing that infrastructure? Where AWS keeping their servers, where their computers are maintaining, where they are having the network, where they are having the power, how they are providing the network, how they are providing the power, how they are maintaining security, how they are safe, how they are able to provide 24/7 availability, how they are able to provide scalability, reliability, unlimited storage. How come? Where is that server? Where is that server? Where AWS kept those servers? That's where AWS regions and availability zones comes into picture. AWS maintaining infrastructure, AWS maintaining infrastructure using regions and availability zones. Using regions and availability zones. Now, sir, what is a region? What is a region? One geographical location. What is region? Region nothing but geographical location, one area, one area. Availability zones nothing but data centers in the AWS. Data centers in the AWS. Now, AWS having several regions in the world, several availability zones in the world. Using these regions and availability zones, AWS is maintaining cloud infrastructure. Okay. Now let us see AWS infrastructure, AWS global infrastructure map. Where the AWS infrastructure is available, let us see the map. Now see, AWS global infrastructure, the most secure, extensive and reliable global cloud infrastructure for all your applications. So whatever the application you want to run, you can take the resources from the AWS cloud. Okay. Now, so the most secure, extensive and reliable global cloud infrastructure for all your applications. 26 regions available for AWS and 84 availability zones available. One region nothing but one geographical location, one availability zone nothing but one data center, one data center. So 26 regions available, regions are 26 currently. Availability zones are 84 currently. So in the 26 regions, 84 availability zones are available. In that region, in the availability zone, AWS is having infrastructure. AWS is having infrastructure. Sir, what is this region and what is this availability zone? Let us try to understand what is the region and what is availability zone. Before going to understand the region and availability zone, can you see the map of AWS? Here, regions which are in the can color, they are ready, they are available, they are using. The regions which are in the yellow color dots, coming soon. Now see, in this world map, in the India, two are available. One is yellow color, another one is a can color, Mumbai. In the whole India, AWS is having only one region, that also in the Mumbai. For Hyderabad, region is coming soon. They are preparing the setup. Hyderabad region coming soon. Currently in Hyderabad, AWS infrastructure is not available. They have the infrastructure in the Mumbai. Mumbai is a AWS region. In the Mumbai region, they are having three availability zones. They are having three availability zones. That means in the Mumbai, in three different places, they have the infrastructure. Are you getting my point? So worldwide, total 26 regions are available. 26 regions are available and three availability zones are available. Canada West. In the Canada is coming soon. Canada is coming soon. Okay. So origin like this here, it is available here. Europe. In the Europe, they have the region. Ireland, they have the region. Ireland, they have the region. In London, they have the region. In London, they have the region. Frankfurt region is there. Milan region is there. Switzerland coming soon. Paris region is there. Spain coming soon. Spain coming soon. UAE, Dubai coming soon. Hyderabad coming soon. Here, Melbourne, Australia coming soon. Auckland coming soon. Now here if you see Tokyo region is available. Osaka region is available. Hong Kong region is available. Ninjixia, it is tongue twister. So, yeah, region is there. Beijing region is available. Beijing region is available. Osaka, right? Seoul regions are there. Cape Town region is available. Sao Paulo region is available. Europe region, London, Ireland. So there are total 26 regions available for AWS and 84 availability zones are available. 26 regions available and 84 availability zones available for AWS. Okay. Now, so AWS is having global infrastructure. 26 regions are already working. 84 availability zones are already working, and they announced that new regions are coming soon. One region is in Hyderabad. 32 local zones are available. Now, sir, what is a data center? Data center nothing but one availability zone is called as one data center. So you can see my map here. You can see my map here. Left side, outside of the data center, AWS data center looks like this. In this data center, they will maintain the infrastructure. This is a data center outside view, and this is this right side data center inside view. Inside the data center, you see there are so many racks available, so many servers are available. That is the infrastructure AWS maintaining. 24/7 network, 24/7 power, power backup, network backup, security, everything they are maintaining for the data center. That's why they are leading in the market. Okay, this is the outside view of the AWS data center, a big building with a tight security, a big building with a tight security. AWS having the data center. So setting up the data center is a very big process, very difficult process. They need to find the place. They need to set up all that infrastructure. They need to set up 24/7 power, 24/7 network, resources, people, security, employees, machines, servers, databases, storage, everything AWS is taking care of. That is AWS data center. How many places data centers are available for AWS? One availability zone, nothing but one data center. AWS is having 84 buildings like this in the world. 84 availability zones available for AWS. In which areas it is available, these buildings are available. There are 26 regions are available. In one region, multiple availability zones can be available. In the India, Mumbai is one region. In the Mumbai, 3 availability zones are available. That means in the Mumbai, 3 data centers are available. Now, when they are going for availability zone setup in the region, they will maintain minimum 100 kilometers distance from one data center to another data center. Don't think that in the Mumbai, 3 data centers are available side by side. No, for each data center, minimum to minimum 100 kilometers distance will be available. The reason, if any natural disaster happened, all the 3 should not be collapsed, right? So they will maintain minimum 100 kilometers distance from each data center. In the Mumbai, 3 data centers are available. It doesn't mean that all the data centers available in the same location. Minimum 100-kilometer distance will be maintained by the AWS for each data center in the region. Okay, this is the outside view of the data center. This is the inside view of the data center. Data center means availability zone. In the India, how many regions are available for AWS, guys? In the India, how many availability zones available for AWS? How many availability zones available in the India? How many regions available? How many availability zones available? Total 26 regions, 84 availability zones worldwide. Coming to India, one region, 3 availability zones. Where is the region for AWS in the India? Mumbai region. In the Mumbai, 3 availability zones. What is the meaning of availability zone? What is the meaning of availability zone, guys? Can you tell me? Data center. What is the meaning of data center? What is the meaning of data center? It is a big building where AWS will maintain the infrastructure for the companies. Collection of servers, network, power, storage, everything will be available in a data center. So AWS providing the infrastructure for the people from these data centers only. Regions and data centers are available in the AWS. So always it is recommended to connect to your nearest data center. Always recommended to connect to nearest data center when you are setting up infrastructure. Always connect to nearest data center when you are setting up your infrastructure in the cloud. Set up your infrastructure using nearest data center. So I am in the Mumbai. I will connect to the Mumbai. Sorry, I'm in Hyderabad. So for my location, the nearest region is Mumbai. So I will connect it to Mumbai region when I'm setting up the infrastructure. I will connect to Mumbai region when I'm setting up the infrastructure in the AWS cloud. Right? Region is one geographical location. Availability zones are data center. Okay. Right. So total 26 launched regions, 84 availability zones available in the AWS. 26 regions and 84 availability zones for AWS. Okay, guys. 26 regions, 84 availability zones. In one region, multiple availability zones will be available. In one region, multiple availability zones will be available. In one region, multiple availability zones will be available. Okay. In India, Mumbai, Mumbai is AWS region. In India, AWS having one region, that is Mumbai. Mumbai region code AP South 1. That is the code of the Mumbai region. So AWS people will call the Mumbai as AP South 1. In the Asia Pacific, AP means not Andhra Pradesh, guys. Asia Pacific. In the Asia Pacific South, Mumbai is the first region. So AP South 1, they call it as. Okay. AWS having one region. In India, AWS having one region, that is in the Mumbai. AP South 1 is the region. In Mumbai region, AWS having 3 availability zones. In Mumbai region, AWS having 3 availability zones. From now, I will call availability zone as AZ. What are the availability zones? AP South 1A, AP South 1A, AP South 1B, AP South 1C. 1A, 1B, 1C. Like that, there are 3 availability zones available in the Mumbai. Each availability zone will have minimum 100 kilometers distance. Each availability zone will have minimum 100 kilometers distance. 100 kilometer distance, because if one data center is gone, another data center will be available. If one data center is gone, another data center will be available. 84 availability zones available. So whenever you set up your infrastructure, AWS is providing 100% availability. How AWS providing 100% availability? Whatever the servers you are creating, AWS will store them in the other availability zones also for backup purpose. AWS will maintain your infrastructure in the other regions, other availability zones for backup purpose. Each availability zone will have minimum 100 kilometers distance. Why they are having minimum 100 kilometers distance? Guys, why they will have 100 kilometers distance for each availability zone? Can you tell me? If any natural disaster happened, it will not go to 100 kilometers. If any natural disaster happened, it will not go to 100 kilometers. Okay, safety purpose. For safety, they are maintaining 100 kilometers for each availability zone. So in the Mumbai, there are 3 availability zones available. So Mumbai region code is AP South 1. Availability zones are 1A, 1B, 1C. So when we are working with AWS services, some services are regional based, some services are zone based, that we will discuss in the coming classes. Which service is regional, which service is global, which is zone specific, which is region specific, which is global, that we are going to discuss in the coming classes. Are you clear with this? How AWS providing global infrastructure for the people? How AWS is providing global infrastructure for the people? Are you clear with this concept? 26 regions available, 84 availability zones available in the AWS. 26 regions and 84 availability zones available for AWS. Now we need to explore our services in the AWS now. For that, you people should have a account in the AWS, guys. You should create one account in the AWS cloud. Then only we can understand how to work with AWS services. So AWS is giving free tier account. You can create the account in the AWS for free of cost, but at the time of account creation, they will ask your card details. Selected cards only it is going to accept. Either you can use a credit card or a debit card. AWS will deduct only 2 rupees. AWS will deduct only 2 rupees. So you need to create AWS free tier account. They will take 2 rupees just for your card verification. After that, they will send you the 2 rupees back. AWS free tier account. 1 year we can create account in AWS. Free account can be created. Free account we can create free account in AWS. We can create free account in AWS. AWS providing 1 year free access. Under free tier, we can use AWS services for 1 year. No charges. And another beautiful thing in the AWS, if bill got generated for your usage, AWS will not perform auto deduction. That is guarantee. If a bill got generated for your usage in the cloud, AWS will not perform auto deduction. We can request AWS as a student. We can request AWS to waive off our bill amount. We can request AWS to waive off our bill amount. So whenever we are learning this AWS cloud, we are going to use some free services and we are going to use some paid services also. So if you take a special care, then bill will not be generated. I will tell you which services we are going to use as a paid services, which services we are going to use as a free services. For free services, no bills, but there are some services which are paid like RDS. If I want to create a database in the AWS cloud, charges will apply. Okay, so what we will do? We will practice database in the AWS for 1 to 2 hours. After practice is completed, if you delete that service, then bill will not be generated. Suppose if you create a database and if you forgot to delete it, then bill will be generated. So similarly, you are going to store the data in the S3 bucket, unlimited storage. In the S3, we will store the data. After our practice completed, we will delete the data. I will tell you when I'm explaining a service, I will tell you how to store and how to delete it. So when you delete it for safety purpose, if you delete it for safety purpose, then bill will not be generated. By mistake, for example, you forgot to delete it. If you forgot to delete, then bill will be generated. When the bill got generated, now we are students. You are not using AWS for any company, right? We are using AWS for our practice purpose. We are exploring the AWS cloud. We are learning AWS cloud. So we are students. As a student, we can request AWS to waive off your bill amount. Okay. If, for example, note, if bill got generated, and if you don't pay, that bill amount, AWS will send multiple reminders to pay bill. If you don't pay, AWS will terminate your account. That's it. You will lose your account. They are not going to charge the amount from your cards directly, but to create the account, card required. You need to specify your debit card or credit card to create the account in the AWS cloud. That is just for verification purpose. So whenever you are using the AWS services, if you take special care, if you follow my instructions clearly, then bill will not be generated. I will tell you which service is paid, which service is free, when the bill will be generated, how to stop the services to avoid the bill amount. By mistake, if you forgot and bill got generated, no problem. We can request AWS to waive off our bill amount. If you generate lot of bill, suppose 10,000, 20,000 bill got generated, AWS is not waiving off your bill and you are not paying, then what is the end result? AWS will delete your account. You can't access your account. That's it. You can create one more account with another card for practice. But if you go for Azure or GCP, this facility is not available. If the bill got generated every month, they will do auto deduction. But in the AWS, auto deduction is not available. In the Azure and GCP, auto deduction is available. Clear? Are you clear, guys? Are you clear with my point? So before coming to next session, everybody should have the account in the AWS cloud, because to learn the AWS cloud, you need to have that account. I'm sending one document to set up the account in the AWS cloud, guys. So you people joined in the group na. I'm going to share one document for you to set up account in the AWS. I have shared one document in the WhatsApp group. So did you get that document? All of you, just now I shared a document in the WhatsApp group. Are you able to download that account? Are you able to download that document? So in that document, I have given steps. In that document, I have given the steps. By using those steps, you can create the account in the AWS cloud. So that is a free tier account creation. All of you able to access that account? AWS account creation. It is just a free tier account. You need to create the account in the AWS. Using that account, we can practice AWS cloud services. We are going to use by using AWS. Everybody should have the account in the AWS cloud now. Everybody should have the account in the AWS cloud now. That is a free tier account. No charges. It is free. No charges. It is free. First 1 year. If a bill generated, I will tell you how to send a request for the AWS team to waive off our bill amount. If AWS is not waiving off your bill amount, if lot of bill got generated, if you don't pay, AWS will send the reminders. Even after sending the reminders also, if you don't pay the bill amount, AWS will terminate your account. In the company, database will be running for 24/7. Company will pay the amount. If you want to pay the amount, you can also run your database for 24/7. Mr. Kedarnath, company will pay the money for AWS, man. Do you want to pay the money now? If you want to pay the money, then you don't need to delete the database. Every month bill will be generated. You can pay the bill to the AWS. All of you got the document? Can you guys create an account in the AWS before coming to next session? Yep. So once you create the account in the AWS, we can log in into the AWS account, guys. So this is AWS Management Console. This is the web application given by the AWS. Using this AWS web application, we can set up infrastructure. We can set up infrastructure. Here you can see, once you create the account and you log in, a dashboard will display. A dashboard will display. You can check how much bill got generated for you. And before going to do that, can you see Mumbai? Currently, I am operating the AWS cloud infrastructure from the Mumbai region. AP South 1 is the AP South 1 is the code of the Mumbai region. In this Mumbai region, we have 3 availability zones. And if you go to your username, there will be a account ID. For every AWS account, for they are providing a unique ID, that is your account ID, AWS account ID. And go to billing dashboard. Go to billing dashboard. It will display how much bill got generated for you. So it is displaying how much bill got generated. Current month total forecast, $44 available. $44 available. Okay. So which service, because of which service I got this bill amount? EC2 service, because for every batch I am using the AWS account, I am using the cloud infrastructure, right? So for that, I got some bill amount. Then I will send the request to AWS to waive off my bill. I will tell to AWS, I'm a student, I'm learning AWS, I'm exploring AWS, I can't pay this bill amount. Could you please make my bill amount as 0? Then AWS people will check my services. Then if they feel I'm a student, then they will make my bill amount as 0. I no need to pay. If I don't pay, they will send some reminders. After reminders also, if I don't pay, AWS will terminate my account. If they terminate our account, then we can create one more account. Got my point? Are you getting my point, guys? So do you need to pay money to practice this AWS? Do you need to pay the money for AWS to practice, to learn the AWS? To learn the AWS, you need to pay for only Ashok IT, not for Amazon. Got it? Yes. Good. So I want all of you to create that free tier account in the AWS. Once you create the account in the AWS, you can see currently you are pointing to which region, guys. So if you are from India, you can select Mumbai. That is the nearest region for us. The people from other countries, you find out you are near to which region you can select. Sir, from India, can I connect it to California region also? Yes, you can do it. There is no problem at all. AWS will allow you. AWS will allow you. You can use any region to set up your infrastructure, but recommended to set up the infrastructure by using nearest region. So I am in India, so I'm selecting the region as Mumbai. So you can choose any region. You can choose any region to set up your infrastructure. Once we are able to log in, you can select, first you choose you want to operate this cloud infrastructure from which region, and you can check your account ID. You can check your billing dashboard. You can check your billing dashboard. As I told you, 1 year account is for free of cost. Next, coming to the services, all the services they categorized into multiple types. If you go to storage, S3 is a storage service, EFEC is a storage service, storage gateway, Glacier, like that there are several. AWS Elastic disaster recovery services are available. For security, there are some services available. IAM service comes under security. Then robotic services are there, networking, VPC, Route 53 comes under networking services, CloudFront, API gateway, migration and transfer, and media services, management governance, CloudWatch is a management service, machine learning, internet things, game development, front-end mobile, end user computing, developer tools, databases, DynamoDB, RDS comes under database services, customer enablement, support is available, containers, ECS, EKS container services are available, computing, EC2 comes under computing, Beanstack comes under computing, Lambda comes under computing. Okay, business applications, blockchain, cost management, application integration, analytics like that. There are so many services are available, more than 200 plus services available in the AWS. They have categorized all these services, so you can see all the services in the AWS providing user interface in two ways: old UI, new UI. In the AWS cloud, two options are there. You can switch the UI: old UI, new UI. Currently I'm in the new UI, new EC2 experience. If I click on this, old, the UI is getting changed. If you want a new UI, you can select it. Okay, so I'm going for instances which are running. Currently it is displaying like this. If I go for old one, the UI is getting changed. This is old style and this is a new style. AWS giving option to switch the old UI or a new UI based on your comfort. Okay, so once you are done with that, you can just click on sign out. So this is the AWS Management Console application. So we need to have an account in the AWS. You need to create your own account in the AWS. So once you have an account, you can log in into the AWS account with your username and password. Once you are able to log in into your account, then we can start working with AWS services from Monday. Okay, this Saturday, Sunday, I'm not taking the class for the AWS guys. So we will have our next session on Monday. The expectation, everybody will set up AWS account before coming to Monday session. So from Monday, I'm going to start with the first service in the AWS, which is called EC2. So when I'm talking about EC2, I'm going to discuss all these options available in the EC2. EC2 stands for Elastic Compute Cloud. EC2 service is there. There are so many options available under EC2. EC2 is one of the most famous service in the AWS cloud, and it will take more time also. It will take approximately 1 week, more than 1 week also it will take to understand EC2 service in the AWS cloud. So from Monday, we are going to start with this EC2 service in the AWS cloud. Got my point? Thank you guys.